Good afternoon to all of you. Thank you for joining us today at Rockwell Library. It is truly a beautiful July day right underneath a tree, so some shade that we much appreciate. I want to thank all of you for being here as part of the community and helping with a groundbreaking that is truly one of my favorite things as a council member with Councilmember Tuttle. I wanted to say thank you all again very much for celebrating the groundbreaking on a construction project that will completely transform the way that residents use public library spaces. Libraries are so much more than a place to check out books. They're a gathering place, a place of learning, of community connection, and as we saw in a presentation during our Tuesday council meeting, also a contributor to crime prevention. The Rockwell Branch Library opened March 29th, 1976, replacing a small storefront branch at Central and Oliver. That branch was named after Ford Ulrich Rockwell, Wichita's head librarian from 1948 to 1976. When it opened, Rockwell was the largest public library branch right here in the city of Wichita. And now I'm thrilled to invite Councilmember Becky Tuttle to the podium to talk about the importance of investing in our public library system.
Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate the opportunity to be here today. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We're here for a celebration. I am Becky Tuttle, and it is my privilege and honor to serve on Wichita City Council representing District 2. And while Rockwell actually resides in District 1, it is the primary library source for District 2 because we do not have a dedicated library of our own. But Jamie, let's work on that, okay? Since Rockwell is right on the line between District 1 and 2, Councilmember Brandon Johnson graciously shares Rockwell with me, and I'm thankful for having it as a resource for our residents and our community. Rockwell also has a special place in my heart. Before I was on City Council, I was on the District Advisory Board. And the District Advisory Board for District 2 meets at Rockwell Library. So for roughly the last 10 years, the second Monday of every month at 6 p.m., I have been in this building. So it really does have special meaning for me. I have the pleasure of hosting my advisory board meetings here, but this is also my library branch of choice. During my time on City Council, I've always been extremely appreciative of the work of our public library department and the incredible staff. I used to be a school counselor, I used to be an educator. Many people don't realize the #1 predictor of adult health is third grade literacy. The #1 predictor of adult incarceration is third grade literacy. So having resources so that we can make sure all of the residents of our community have access to literacy, books, visual aids, whatever they need is vitally important. Our Rockwell Library has dedicated staff with hardworking people who serve the residents with quality services and programs. And this renovation and expansion is much needed for this library. Starting in the summer, an expansion of the north and east sides will provide collaboration rooms, so bigger space for my dad to meet, and meeting spaces, and an expanded children's section, more spaces for staff to work, and a drive-up window for easier access to materials, which I think is just fantastic. After the expansion is finished later this year, a complete overhaul of the interior will take place, completely transforming Rockwell into a destination space for all ages. One of the things that I'm the most excited about, and I was chatting with some of the other folks here, is the fireplace is staying, and we're very excited about that. I have joked that for the last 10 years, the Rockwell Branch Library is the only Santa-friendly library we have in the city of Wichita. So when they called to tell me the fireplace was going to stay, I was super excited. I would also like to thank our friends at Hutton Construction. Thank you for being with us here today and for being our partners on this project. And I'm sure that we will all be extremely proud of this project when it comes to fruition. I can't wait to visit this site when this project is complete. I always like to say I like to see something from dirt to done, and we're going to have the opportunity to do that. The mission of the Wichita Public Library is connect, discover, learn, and thrive. And this expansion will help our library team and supporters meet that mission. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here today. And now, thank you, I would like to invite Jamie Nix, who's the director of our library services, to join us.
you so much, Mayor Wu and Councilmember Tuttle. We're excited to have you here. This is an incredible day. Earlier when we broke ground on the Westlink project, I had said that, and I'll say it again today, reimagining public library spaces for the future. It's incredibly challenging work, but it's one of the most fulfilling opportunities I've had in my career. Your library staff is well connected with institutions and public libraries throughout the nation. And we've been looking at what works, what are some renovation innovations that we might want to consider here. And we want to make sure that the work is done right. So we're taking our time in the design. I think that you'll like what we've come up with, though, in collaboration with Hutton. Our Rockwell Library, it serves a large population of Wichita and has an incredibly diverse population. We know the library can't be everything for everyone, but it isn't stopping us from figuring out how to maximize each and every detail within our space. When we're finished, the Rockwell branch will be a space for families to spend their days learning, exploring, and creating. We'll have a space where people who are needing to search for a job are comfortable to research and complete their applications. We'll have small groups meeting space for different ways for people to gather here. And I want to thank our Rockwell staff for pivoting and being incredibly good sports during the planning process. Their feedback has really helped to shape workflows and all the things that are needed inside to make the magic work in a library. There's likely 20 different things happening behind every one step of work that we do, and trying to be as efficient as possible. I want to also thank the design and planning team for the countless meeting and time that we've put into this cumulative design. In a moment, I'm going to invite guests up for a groundbreaking, and we'll break ground with our elected officials, construction team, and then after that, I'd like to invite the Rockwell branch staff to also participate in the second dirt moving. So at this time, will our dignitaries, council members, and library board members like to come up. Construction team as well.
Jamie, I think we should start. We encourage people to...
It's like a
We're gonna get everybody settled, and then I'm gonna do a countdown. So what I want you to do is grab your shovels, put some dirt on it, lift it up, and on the count of 3, we're gonna turn it over. All right? You guys ready?
How deep does this need to be?
You're starting the construction.
Before we can go home.
All right. You guys ready? Everybody got their dirt? Wonderful. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, Don, you're not done yet. We gotta be, in the ground. 6 feet.
Oh, 6 feet?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's the term shallow grave.
A foot deeper than your toe.
You enjoyed that.
Please give me my name.
I will. What do you do from here?
I'm on the library foundation.
Oh, okay, nice. I'm on the library board. Yeah, nice.
Good job.
turns
Oh yeah,
from the shade
10
to
degrees.
and I have dark hair.
Yeah,
so just touch
even
my
better.
head.
It's hot, it's burning. It's gonna melt your brain.
2, 3.
Nice.
Turn your shovel so they're locking up my
Huh?
You need to turn your shovel so they're locking up my